Hello, 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 hello. Hi, it's everybody. This is just a recap of everything that we did last week. Okay, I did a YouTube every day and we covered a lot of material. So let's go over it and then I'm going to do one the next lesson after that. Okay, but this is going to be, it has to be a short. Okay. Let me see. The first thing that we did was we did the square, okay? We did, I guess it would be something like 2 squared. And I got you away from saying symbols. We got rid of the symbols and we ended up with squared or space squared. We got familiar with spaces and how they, um, and how they work, drew your interest into about spaces, and I wanted to, how can I say, concentrate your information or focus on just referring to space and what it is. So we're getting to know space. We used a squared. Okay, so instead of saying 5 squared, we we're transferring it into the language of Dance Without Music. So it's a squared. We count. We wouldn't count. I showed that we wouldn't count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. But we would use the square. We use sounds because you have to go over the tape for that one because this has to be real quick. Sounds, or we could say a, but we use the sound of ah. Okay, it could be ba, it could be da. Most likely it's going to be da 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 because we're going to do it. We're going to deal with Michael Jackson's Thriller dance. Okay, but right now we use Now I did 25 with numbers. Now it's going to be like what we do is ah 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 okay, and though that shows you how we count as far as using no symbols. It's not written, it's into sounds. Then we took the square that we're talking about and we made a pattern of it, and we're acting as if it is a city. Okay, I said that, and we had their center point, and that's it. Okay, and how it looks, and we formed a pattern by drawing things out like the the 4 spaces on each corner. We call them here, here, there, there. And then we have the 2 spaces shooting up from each side of the center. So we went over that. We did that, and we're going to continue with that. Then we did functions. I explained to you how we're walking through the 5 square or the square. Okay. I explained to you that we have a cell, just like on it was like I showed you the graph paper, and I didn't show you, but I told you to refer to, or everything was in speaking. I didn't show anything as far as the cell is concerned, but I likened this little square in a graph paper like a cell that we're walking. So then I walked. I didn't do the whole thing. It's gonna take it's gonna take a while. I walked the first steps from the center of 5 squared. I'm using numbers because it's going to be real quick. Or squared. I walked from the center. I walked up. I walked up. It was the edge. We made a turn. And each time we walked, I explained to you what was happening in the function. There's a formula, like I said, in your mind, and then it makes the function inside the cell. So I walked up. I'll make this really quick. In the cell, now I'm in the cell, I'm in the center, and I said I'm going to, let's see if I'm going to move this a little bit. So what I would do is I would walk, I showed you the balance points. The balance point keeps the formula or the function together so it can be recorded. Okay, like this, so we're actually making space. And I said that we were making what kind of space? Virtual space. Okay, and then I'm going to talk about that. And we made the balance points all over, and that's one. This is one cell. This is one cell. And I told you if I'm in this one cell, okay, and I want to advance, I go up. If I want to advance to the next cell, they share points. They share balance points. The only thing I have to do is change the function and then go up. Like I'm in this cell, the center cell. Now I'm changing the function and then I'm moving up. Okay. So I explained to you about that. Then I explained to you that we have a virtual. The mind creates a virtual space. Okay. And I figured, then I went in and I figured out what the virtual space consists of, because I could actually see it after I'd done it, and I figured that it was memory. The reason why I found that it was memory that I was seeing, you know, like when I turned up, I walked up to the two spaces ahead of the center, then I made a right, and then I came back to the center. I walked back toward the center, and I looked and I could see what I had done, okay? And it was like a miracle, but then I had to figure out what the miracle was, and I figured out that it was memory, okay? It was memory. The reason why I found out it was memory, because when I looked back, I saw mistakes and things like that. So what I did, we did a cleanup, and I went over the cells, and I just found out more and more information about it. But anyway, so now we have memory, and I also call it will. We're gonna, like the will to live. I call it will, what I see after I walk that pattern. Okay, we did the pattern. Like I said, we did the pattern of squared, and what else? Oh, now I'm going to tell you what we have. I pretty much covered the things that we did. Now I'm going to tell you some of the things that to expect in a new video, in a next lesson. I'm going to show you how we use squared as a measurement and how we use it every day in life. Okay. I also want to say I don't use algebra. I don't pretty much want to use algebra because they have a lot of rules and stuff that I would have to. I'm totally into Dance Without Music and how it works, so I don't want to make mistakes with the rules of algebra. So I'm drawing you out of algebra, and I'm using pretty much mathematical some signs from algebra, but I want to get away from algebra at all, because now I have to know exactly how, I have to refresh my mind and everything. I don't have to for no reason, because this is Dance Without Music. We're also going to we're going to strengthen up our building our language, what we have been working on, and we're going to do a quilt, which was supposed to be a surprise, but I didn't get to it. And we're going to quilt, just like a blanket, we're going to quilt the squares. Quilt the squares together. Okay, so look forward to it. Thank you very much. The next video is going to be a lesson. Thank you.